Hello everyone, and my name is Yula, and today we're gonna read Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul, and this is the new beginner news story to read for today, and we were gonna start reading on the first chapter. The first chapter name is June Friday. And we will again at the end of reading on the weekend story probably. So let's start reading on the Friday story and the end of reading on the next chapter. Now, are you ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. And first we can read Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul Story is a new beginner news story starting on June Friday. If there's one thing I've learned from my years of being a kid, it's that you have zero control over your own life. Ever since school let out, I haven't had anything I've needed to do or anywhere I've needed to be. As long as the air conditioning was working and the TV remote had batteries in it, I was all set for a relaxing summer vacation. But then, out of the blue, this happened. Pack your bags, we're going on a road trip. This isn't the first time Mom has sprung a trip on us without any warning. Last year, on the first day of summer, she said we were going to upstate for a few days to visit Aunt Loretta at the nursing home. It wasn't actually my idea of fun to kick off the summer. One time, when we visited Aunt Loretta, her roommate grabbed me and wouldn't let go until a staffer gave her a chocolate chip muffin. But Mom was just babbling about going to the nursing home. At breakfast the next morning, she told us where we were really going. We were going to the Disney World. Me and brother Roderick were happy because we are both dreading spending the first week of a summer vacation playing shadowboard at the nursing home. But when my little brother Manny heard about the change in plans, he totally lost it. Mom had talked up to the Aunt Rhoda trip so much that Manny was actually excited about going. We ended up postponing to our trip to Disney, so we could visit Aunt Rhoda. Do you think Mom would learn a lesson about a surprise trips after that one? I know actually where this road trip idea came from because the new issue of a Family Froderick magazine came to the mail today. If I had to guess, I say 90% of everything we do as family comes over ideas Mom gets from the magazine. And when I saw the last issue, I knew it was gonna get Mom wheels turning. Family Froderick, Adventure Walls. I flipped through Family Froderick for a few times, and I have to admit, the pictures are always making me feel like a lot of fun. Our perfect family barbecue. But there must be something wrong with our family because we can never measure up to the ones they show in the magazine. And I guess Mom's not giving up. 12, she said this road trip is gonna be awesome and that spend a lot of time together in the car will be a bonding experience for the whole family. I've tried to talk to her letting us do something normal. I like going to the water park for the day, but Mom didn't want to hear it. She said the whole point of this trip is to things we've never done before and have to a authentic experience. I thought Mom would loop that in about her road trip idea, but apparently I was wrong because when he got home from work, he seemed just surprised as us kids. Dad told about Mom it was a bedtime for away from work and he didn't want to use his vacation on the days unless he absolutely had to. But Mom said there is nothing more important than spending time with your family. Then Dad told Mom he was really hoping to get his boat out in the water this weekend, and if he went on the road trip, he couldn't be able to. Mom and Dad get along pretty well in the general, but the thing that's granted to cause a fight between them is Dad's boat. A few years ago, Mom sent Dad out to get some milk, but along the way he spotted a boat from the sail and someone's front yard. And before you knew it, this boat is our driveway. Mom is mad that Dad didn't check with her first, but having a boat is a ton of work. Dad said it was always his dream to own a boat, and that he could spend every weekend out in the water as a family. So Dad got to keep the boat, and seemed really happy, but things went downhill fast. A few days later, some people from the homeowners association knocked on our door. They said there are the rules in our neighborhood against having a boat parked in their front of your house, and Dad had to move it into back. And the boat sat in the backyard for the whole summer because Dad is too busy and he didn't have the time to use it. Then in the fall of Dad's coworkers told him he have to winterize a boat to protect it from the cold weather. Dad found it would cost more winterize the boat than it cost him to buy it. So he decided he'd take his chances. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, when the temperature dropped below freezing, a big crack appeared in the hole. And when it started to snow, Dad rolled in the boat under the back deck, and it sat there in all winter. In the spring, Mom started using it to store all of junks from the house. The next summer, Dad decided he was gonna fix the boat. But when he went to pull it out from under the deck, he discovered a family of raccoons living in our old washing machine. And Dad calls her exchanger to get rid of the raccoons, but when he heard about how much that was going to cost, he decided to take care of himself. By that, many heard about the baby raccoons living in the washing machine, and Mom had to step in. The boat had been sitting there ever since. I haven't heard any hearing sounds coming from under the deck for a while, and I'm so guessing the raccoons move out. Today, Mom and Dad, he had the whole rest of the summer get to his boat out in the water, and he's pretty much gave up after that. Mom said we were gonna leave the first day in the morning, so we needed to start packing for the trip. She told everyone to bring bare asun tails, asun shores, so we could fit everything in the minivan. Oh, wait a minute. I will see where is the chapter. Okay, let's read it. And Mom, by the time we got all our stuff out in the driveway, it was pretty clear we had a space problems. Mom started going through everything and sort of the thing into piles, the things we needed and the things we didn't. Roderick was pretty disappointed when some of these angels didn't make out cut. Mom made me leave a bunch of small stuff behind, which seemed pretty ridiculous considering that Manny's plastic party had come along on for the ride. Whenever we take a trip that is longer than 15 minutes, Mom brings Manny's potty just in case, but that I get really uncomfortable whenever Manny uses it. Mom didn't let me and Roger take any lectures on the trip, even though they barely take up any space. She was always saying kids these days don't know how to socialize because they have constantly got their noses 2 inches from the screen. But I can tell you this, when I have kids, I'm gonna let them play with whatever kind of the get they want. If you ask me, electricians are the key on the family happiness. Even ever, Mom went through every single item in the driveway and cut out all of the things we didn't need. There's still way too much to fit in the van. I suggested we rent out of the giant electrical vehicles because we had to fit all our stuff in it and have a room to spare. The way I see it, if you want the whole family to get along, everyone needed their own space. And with one of those soup-up revels, RVs, we could spend weeks on the road without even bumping into another. But Mom said RVs are too expensive and they get treble gas mileage, so that put an end to that idea. Roderick said maybe he could get one of those trailers you tell behind the car, which sounded smart to me. But it was pretty clear that Roderick was imagining the trailer of sort of the mini apartment for himself. So if there wasn't gonna fly either, then Dad ran onto his own idea. He said we could solve the whole family space and by that issue just putting the stuff that we didn't fit in the bin into the boat, which we could tow behind us. I think Mom realized there wasn't any other option, so she caved in. But getting the boat into the driveway was easier than that done. Not only did we have to take all of the junk out of the boat, but it turned out with a tree growing into the bottom. It took 3 hours to get out of the boat under the deck. And let me just say, Mom didn't actually go out with her way to help. After we got a boat into the driveway, Dad patched it up in the hole of the bottom and cracked into the hole some duct tape. I just hope we're not going anywhere near water on this trip, though. Because as far as I know, the boat didn't come with life preservers. Maybe tape will be not very sticky to put on a boat crack. Now it's Saturday story, so tomorrow we'll start reading on the Saturday story. So now, did you have fun? You lost English country. We come back with some these road trip stories, and we were gonna do another reading in the next chapter. The end of reading on the weekends chapter for tomorrow. And now, please thumbs up my YouTube and bye bye everyone.